Joining us right now is William Mugayar. He is the Chief Investment Officer at JM3 Capital, an author on blockchain, and an advisor to the Ethereum Foundation. Good morning to you.
Morning.
The SEC taking a stand on all of this. Where do you see the regulation, to the degree there is going to be regulation of this industry?
Well, I think the SEC is still trying to educate themselves and not just educate the public. So what they've done recently is a way to prove the point that you need to be educated and not just get into any investment that may be risky. So right now they're still grappling with it, and for them, the box that they play in is that they see all of these cryptocurrencies as a security. But in reality, not everything is a security. So they want everything to play in that box. But in a way...
Well, because some of them are securities, some of them are currencies or commodities, or what's your... But either way, whatever you want to call some of these things, do you think that long-term there will be real regulation around them?
I think there will be some updates to the regulation. They have to change the regulation right now. The novelty is that these currencies could be a utility. That is the novelty right now. A utility means that it is something that has a usage, a real usage. It doesn't come necessarily with an aim to profit from the currency. And the utility comes before being a security. And that's the novelty that the SEC is trying to wrap their heads around.
Don't you think the Securities and Exchange Commission wants to label them as securities so that way they can regulate them?
Exactly.
Because if they don't call them as securities, then they can't regulate them.
That's correct. That's their box. That's the box they play in. So they see everything as a security. And in a way, they're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. But not everything is a security right now.
Jack Dorsey just said, I believe in the past 48 hours, that he hopes that Bitcoin not only succeeds, but he considers that sort of the native currency to the internet. Do you think that 10 years from now, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin as the native currency of the internet?
I think Bitcoin is going to be one of them. It's not going to be the only one. It is definitely a native currency. It's been called the Internet of Money, and it was the first one, obviously. Ethereum is the second most important one, and there will be others.
So developers, if you go to the Valley right now, they're all developing on top of Ethereum, right? So the question is, in a sort of Bitcoin world, which clearly is the leader, does Ethereum sort of overtake it because of all the development around it?
Definitely. Ethereum today has the largest ecosystem of developers and startups and venture capital and all kinds of support going around it. So what's important is not just the technology itself, right. It's who is using it.
For those who are playing in this game and trying to bet on the currencies, just to be clear, Ethereum, or what's known as Ethereum Classic, will win that game.
Ethereum Classic is a forked version of Ethereum, but it doesn't even come close in size and in importance to Ethereum at this point.
We think so much about Bitcoin and all these things like a currency, and in the U.S. we have one currency, a dollar. But maybe the Securities and Exchange Commission is right to think about them as securities because the reason there are going to be so many different ones is there are different use cases. The same way there are so many different stocks. Maybe I want a value stock. Maybe I'm looking for interest payments and dividend payments, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe I'm looking for growth. Every single one of these tokens, or whatever you want to call them, have different use cases and different reasons why one person would want to own one versus another, no?
That's right. That's the point right now, because there aren't enough use cases of tokens as a utility, as a use case where it's being used not just to buy and sell for a profit. And right now, for example, Ethereum, 53% of the transactions are on smart contracts. Mm-hmm. So this is not just as a currency, this is a utility. So we need to see more of those. CryptoKitties, for example, there are 2.8 million transactions right now on CryptoKitties, the number one.
Well, thank you. We're going to have to, I didn't even know about CryptoKitties.
I didn't either.
It's going to be a longer, come on back, we'll talk CryptoKitty.
Definitely.
Thank you.